Hey guys, so today I have a review, first impressions, and demo of this brand new Maybelline foundation. It is, oh no, you can see on both sides. It is, well, foundation and concealer. It is called the Superstay Better Skin Transforming Foundation and Concealer. I have my foundation in 01 or 10 porcelain and my concealer in 10 ivory. The two lighter shades of both. And please excuse my voice. Obviously, allergies are getting to me and I'm sick right now. But anyways, so I went onto the website and it says that this line is supposed to like help your skin. So it's supposed to even out discoloration, brighten dull areas. It's supposed to like even your skin tone the more that you wear it. Suitable for sensitive skin, contains no perfume, non-cosmogenic. Am I saying that right? Cosmogenic, like doesn't clog your pores? I don't know. Yeah, so it doesn't say anything. It does say it's a super, like, you know, it says like Superstay. So it says the formula is supposed to help skin look more radiant, fresher, and even with all day wear. So let's just try it. I'm going to put it on my face. I have tried this once before. I wore it yesterday just because I knew I wanted to film a review on it and I wanted to see how long that it lasted because yesterday I had school in the morning and then I worked until like 9:30 at night. So perfect chance to see if it lasted. So I just pumped a little onto the back of my hand. That this little guy has a sweet little pump. It's a pretty thick consistency, like if you see, it's kind of running, but very, very slowly. And I'm just going to take that on my Morphe M439 brush and apply it. And I did apply moisturizer. I didn't apply primer just because the only time I really wear a primer is when I'm going to be going all day and I just want it to last a really long time. Or if my skin is like super acting up, then I'll apply a primer. But I don't want either of those things, so I'm not going to apply a primer. So I took a decent scoop out of that. This brush kind of eats product, so, and it is still spreading out. But that is one layer on this side. So you can still kind of see some like imperfections poking through. But overall, it gives a solid, I would say, solid medium coverage. Ooh, and the one thing, first impression, when I used this yesterday, the one thing that I noticed is the smell. It has a weird smell. It's a very, very subtle smell. So, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker by any means, but there is definitely a smell. So, if you are super, super sensitive to smells, then I don't know, maybe be cautious about this guy. It doesn't really smell good either. It kind of smells like, oh my gosh, and it's hard to smell because I'm sick. But it just kind of smells like foundation. I don't know. You know what I mean though? Some foundations just have a weird smell. And I did apply just one more pump for the other side of my face. The color matches me pretty good. It is maybe a little bit light. But I'm okay with that because I would rather a foundation be too light than too dark. So I always go lighter. So that was one decent layer. It wasn't really a thin layer, but one layer with attempting to get full coverage. And it's about medium coverage. Like I said, you can still see some imperfections poking through, some redness, but overall I like it a lot. I really like the coverage. I think it's great. The only thing I will say about this foundation is that it does cling to dry patches like around some of the like acne things I have going on. I have some dry skin and I did notice that especially after I powder this foundation, it kind of cling to the dry patches. So if you have super, super dry skin, either apply a moisturizing primer before trying this or maybe don't try it. Alright, and then this is the concealer. It just has a nice little typical concealer applicator. The one thing I will say about this, like I will say about all Maybelline foundation or concealers, is that it's a little almost too dark for me. So like I can use it, but it doesn't necessarily like brighten. It's great for under eye because especially this one, the lightest one in Ivory, it's pretty yellow, so it's good for like color correcting, but I wouldn't use this to like highlight all of my face because it doesn't really do anything. So I'm just going to kind of cover up my little acne spots on my cheeks and hide my under eye circles. Call it good. I'm going to buff that in with my Morphe E7 brush. And after this, I am about to film a review on all of the Morphe brushes I have. So if you want to see that, I will link it down below once it is up, if it is up already. If not, then just stay tuned. I like this concealer though a lot. Like, a lot. I like it because it almost is like a cream to powder feel. I don't like concealers that stay really like thick on your under eye. I like them to kind of dissolve into a powder. You know what I mean? I don't like it to stay like tacky, and this one does. Like when I was swatching it kind of on my hand and rubbing it in, after a couple swirls around, it kind of felt like a powder, which was really cool. And then the other thing is this foundation doesn't set, or if it does, it takes a really long time. So it still kind of feels sticky, and since I have combo oily skin, I am going to powder it because I like powder and I don't like my foundation sticky. Duh. But I will say that this foundation lasts a really long time. So like I said, I did try it yesterday and I had class from 9 o'clock until 11. So I put on my makeup about 8 o'clock. And then I didn't take my makeup off until 10 o'clock at night. And it did kind of, it broke apart a little bit, like right here and across my nose and a little bit on my forehead, T-zone areas. It kind of like, you know, just dissolved, kind of just rubbed off. But other than that, it stayed really, really well. I mean, I was wearing that foundation literally all day. And the other thing that I noticed that is fantastic is with a lot of drugstore foundations, by like the 5th hour, I start to get like oily around the perimeter of my face where my hair touches my face, and it drives me up the wall because I just feel like sticky and like, ugh. And this foundation didn't do that. Like, it really stayed like matte all day. It's not necessarily a matte foundation, it's kind of a natural finish. But you know what I mean. I didn't get oily throughout the day, which I thought was crazy impressive because not too many foundations at the drugstore do that for me. I usually always have to bring powder, always have to bring those little oil blot sheets, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, I thought it was really, really nice that this foundation didn't do that. It stayed on really, really well. So, I was impressed. But anyways, I'm going to do the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Okay, who watches Kathleen Lights? Because I totally channeled her for this look. Her last video where she reviewed the Maybelline Dream Lumi, the like bronze one. Totally redid her look. I love it. So anyways, guys, final thoughts. I would totally recommend this foundation. I am still going to need to play with it just because I would give this foundation like a B+, which is a great grade, but it's still not an A. I think that's, for me, that's because I would like a little bit more coverage. It just doesn't cover up the blemishes. Like, it gives me a good coverage, but it doesn't cover up the blemishes as much, which kind of bugs me, and since its concealer's a little bit dark, yeah. But overall, I think it's a great foundation. I would recommend it. It's hard to find great, well, not really, but you know, foundations at the drugstore are very, very hit and miss, I think. And I think this one is pretty darn good. Like I said, if you have dry skin, be careful because it does cling to some dry patches. And I did apply moisturizer beforehand also, so it's not just my skin. But overall, like I said, I would give this a solid B+. I would recommend it, and yeah, I think it's pretty stinking good. So anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. Let me know if you guys have tried it. What do you guys think about it? What's your favorite drugstore foundation? Mine is Revlon Colorstay, just FYI. But anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.